Hey man, let me give it to you straight. If you don't set the tone early, she will. And if she sets the tone, you'll spend the rest of the relationship trying to reclaim your power. See, most guys start off trying to impress. They want to be liked. They don't want to rock the boat. So they tolerate things they shouldn't, laugh off red flags, and mistake being agreeable for being attractive. But what they don't realize is that every moment of silence, every moment of hesitation is shaping the tone, and that tone will either protect you or haunt you. First impressions aren't just visual. She makes her judgment early, but not just about your looks or status. She watches how you react when she's late. She watches what you tolerate when she tests boundaries. She notices how quickly you respond, how available you are, and how much of yourself you give without being asked. And if your energy says, "I'll do anything to keep you," then she'll believe you, and she'll test it again and again. 2. Women test the tone you set. When you meet a woman, she's not just looking at your charm. She's testing your frame. She's wondering, is this guy solid? Is he grounded? Or will he fold when I withdraw? When I flirt with another man in front of him? When I take hours to reply? If you don't set the tone early that you're not here to entertain games, that you're here for peace, not chaos, she will play. Not because she's evil, but because you left the door open. 3. Early standards are silent contracts. The first few days, the first few weeks, that's where the contract is written. If you allow disrespect now, you teach her it's okay. If you're overly responsive, you teach her you're always available. If you overlook shade, sarcasm, or subtle jabs, you teach her your boundaries are flexible, and what you allow at the start is 10 times harder to correct later. You don't negotiate respect after giving it away. You demand it from the start by how you carry yourself. 4. The masculine tone is calm, but uncompromising. Now, listen, setting the tone doesn't mean being aggressive or controlling. It means being calm, consistent, and unapologetically centered. It means being clear about what you're available for. You don't raise your voice, you don't chase. You don't justify, you let your actions speak. When she pushes a boundary, you don't explain, you distance. When she plays games, you don't punish, you disengage. And that, my friend, sends a far louder message than words ever could. 5. You attract what you tolerate. Here's the truth. That stings a little. You attract the kind of behavior you allow. If you tolerate confusion, you'll attract women who keep you guessing. If you tolerate disrespect, you'll attract women who test your patience. But if you set a tone of peace, maturity, and self-worth, you'll attract women who respect that. And the ones who don't, they won't last long in your presence. And that's exactly how it should be. 6. The dangerous cost of letting her lead. Early on, letting her set the tone feels easier at first. You think, if I just agree now, I can adjust things later. But that never works, because once she sees that she has the upper hand, your effort will always be measured against her standard. You'll try to win back control you never had to lose. And she'll start to see you as a man trying to prove, not a man who already is. 7. Silence is part of the tone. You don't have to explain your standards. You don't need a PowerPoint on your boundaries. Your silence, your time, your absence, those are your statements. A woman feels your tone more than she hears it. And when you go silent after disrespect, she knows. When you stop showing up for inconsistency, she feels it. You don't need to say a word. You just need to act like a man who doesn't fear loss. 8. She respects what you protect. If you protect your energy, your peace, and your emotional stability, she'll respect you, even if she doesn't agree with you. But if you're always bending, always accommodating, always trying to be understood, you lose that respect. And once respect is gone, attraction fades fast. That's why setting the tone early is so crucial. It sets the frame for mutual respect and emotional clarity. 9. You teach her how to treat you. From the first conversation, you're teaching her how to treat you. Not with your words, but with your presence, your reaction, your rhythm. Are you calm when she pulls back? Are you unbothered when she flirts with drama? Are you steady when she tries to shake your frame? That tone teaches her everything she needs to know about what kind of man you are and what kind of man you're not. 10. Leadership in silence and distance. Masculine leadership isn't always about action. Sometimes it's about withholding reaction. Sometimes it's about being still. Sometimes it's about letting her miss you, letting her come to you. letting her realize on her own that your presence was a gift. And when she does, she starts to respect the tone you set without ever demanding it. 11. The women who can't handle it will leave. Good. Some women will push back hard against the tone you set. They'll call it cold, arrogant, or distant, but you have to let them go. Because they weren't interested in a relationship, they were interested in control. And the tone you set removes that. It says, I'm here to build, not to babysit. I offer peace, not chaos. And I don't negotiate with drama. The ones who are aligned with that will stay. The rest, let them walk. 12. Setting the tone is self-respect in motion. At its core, setting the tone isn't about controlling her behavior, it's about controlling yours. It's about respecting your time, your peace, your emotional energy. It's about not betraying yourself to please someone else. And when you do that consistently, you create a tone so powerful, so magnetic, that she either aligns with it or gets left behind. So, let me ask you, are you going to wait for her to set the rules, the rhythm, the emotional tone, or are you going to stand in your frame from day one and let her adjust to your energy? Because once you set the tone right, you won't need to explain a thing. She'll feel it. And she'll either rise to meet you or remove herself. And either way, brother, you win.